So, about zombies, right? There was a new update, Season 1 Reloaded. They updated their Anfang and I wanted to share my thoughts with you about the game. What I like about it, what I don't like about it, and what I would hope for the future. I know the game is really bad received, and I'm fully aware that most of you don't even care about Vanguard. But for the ones who still play it and want to hear me ramble a bit, here you go. Let's begin with Vanguard's strongest component, the story. It's all a huge prequel to Cold War, as we all know, and I kinda like that. We know the outcome basically. Von List will lose and the entities will die and get consumed by Zykov in the Dark Ether. But still, there's a lot to explain. How do we get there? I do love the world building of the Dark Ether. The story about the entities and how they are different, combined mythological creatures is cool. And the fact that they have been there the whole time, I think. It's really intriguing. And it makes you even question the old Ether story. Yes, the dialogue can be a bit cheesy sometimes, especially with characters like Kraft or Von List, but I don't mind it. But yeah, it's okay. They also added a small Easter egg, which is almost like a prologue for the next map. Or are they adding a full Easter egg on their Anfang before that? Honestly, I'm confused, I don't know what's going on. But spoilers, we are going to Egypt. I did the small Easter egg a few times and recorded a 10-minute walkthrough. I released a video in case you want to experience that for yourself. I know a lot of players straight up don't want to buy Vanguard Zombies or stopped playing it, whatever. I get it. That's why I did a walkthrough. But yeah. Let's also talk about the intel. Not sure if they added new or more intel in this update, but oh, you know me, being the intel guy last year. It was nice and I was glad to help. You would think that since there are no more collectible intels in this game, there's no reason for me to care about the intel anymore, right? Well, actually, no. Sure, I would love to see collectible intel again, but I do realize how difficult game development can be. I'm not expecting Treyarch to add collectible intel in this game, since they have way bigger issues to deal with. However, the current way to listen to radios in a game is straight up not good enough. You need to turn down all of the game volume besides dialogue to be able to listen to it. It's not a big issue in a hub area where you can kill all the zombies around you before you activate the radios, but in objective maps it's tedious. And even with the dialogue all the way up, your operator will talk over the radio and interrupt the story sometimes. It's annoying. I've heard that they might reduce the operator voice line volume near the radios, but to be honest, I think that's also not helping enough. Here's what I would propose. Add all of the radios in a barracks menu after a season is finished. Like similar to Cold War's redacted intel tab. You don't even need to collect it. I don't care, just give us all of the radios that you can find around the maps and put them into the barracks so we can all have our database where we can listen to extra story if we want to. Honestly, during Cold War I spent hours going through all of the intel in the menu just because it was so convenient to look at. So again, Treyarch, please, just add all of the intel after a season is finished to the zombies menu. You can still have them in-game as it is right now, and those players who can find the intel during the season can already start to theorize about the story. Good for them, but give the rest of us at least a database to catch up on. You're putting in so much effort into the story, it would be a shame if it gets wasted like that. Okay, let's move on to gameplay stuff in Vanguard Zombies. We finally got a Pack-a-Punch camo. That's cool. Not gonna talk a lot about that. We also got the Tomb of Rituals, which lets you upgrade your artifacts or field upgrades. The 4 tiers are similar to the field upgrade tiers in Cold War. And it expands on the roguelike zombies mode vision, and that's a good thing. Together with the Covenant system, your choices begin to feel like they matter. Like, which upgrade do you buy first? What build do you want? Should you upgrade your artifact or buy an epic Covenant for more melee damage first? We are slowly getting there. Although certain builds are still undefeated if you want to go for high rounds. Ring of Fire. Or maybe it's time for Treyarch to nerf the OP shotgun, who knows. But anyways, what else? Oh yeah, server pause for solo players. It's still not a thing, unfortunately. But they said it's complicated and they are working on it. Well, I'm glad that they are working on it. That means it's definitely coming. Sure, I wish it would be here already, you know? And yes, it's still my biggest complaint. It's so fundamental that it's insane that it's not here already. I know that. Trust me. I don't need to explain why a pause function for solo players is important, I think. I just hope it will be there in Season 2. Round-based Shi No Numa. Let's talk about that. If you thought they are gonna make a full round-based map in Vanguard, well, I got bad news for you. JrRizzo is experimenting this year. We will get more maps, but they will be most likely similar to the Anfang. A main hub area where you can find the perk machines and Pack-a-Punch and the Covenants and the Tomb of Rituals, and from this hub you can travel to other areas. Some will be multiplayer maps, I guess, and some will be entirely new locations in the Dark Aether. That's confirmed by JrRizzo, by the way. And that's perfectly fine, I think, because now they gave us the Void objective. In this Void objective you can stay in a small Shi No Numa area as long as you want. The rounds progress further like in a classic round-based map. You can and should still travel back to the hub area to upgrade your abilities and to drink perks. Because the small area in Shi No Numa doesn't have enough space for all of the perks and stuff, you know? And before you say they could have remade the whole Shi No Numa World at War map, please consider or just look at Vanguard's launch. Do you think they got time to do all of this? Not to mention that the strictly round-based map isn't in their vision this year. What we got is the best compromise. It's a way to grind weapon camos and to get more kills. You still have to leave Shi No Numa to get perks when you go down, but realistically, that's the closest round-based map experience we will get this year, I think. Would I want a round-based map in Vanguard? Yes, 100% of course, but I'm just being super realistic with my expectations. I wanted a way to get more zombie spawns to grind certain camos, and that's exactly what they added. I'm good now. I could grind Dark Aether on my weapons if I wanted to, but how about you? If you still haven't decided if you should play or buy Vanguard, consider this. If you can live with objective-based progression on maps that hopefully will have bigger Easter eggs, try Vanguard. Otherwise, stick to the older games. When it comes to feedback for round-based Shi No Numa, please buff the weapon XP. It's next to nothing right now. Also, the zombies are too fast and aggressive. If you don't use the shotgun or ring of fire, you will have a hard time after round 30. I think JrRizzo should adjust the difficulty since it's also a really small area with tight corridors. I don't know, I don't want to play the exact same way every time, just because that's the only way not to die. I want to use other abilities and weapons too. So yeah, please give us more XP and turn down the zombies' health and speed a bit. Oh, maybe add the mystery box, there's enough room for that too. Anything else I want to mention? Oh yeah, they fixed the burn and kill seasonal challenge. You just have to get fire kills. You can use Molotovs or Ring of Fire's tier 2 upgrade. That works too. So you can finally get the mastery calling card for season 1. But apart from this, I think I have covered everything for now. I gave you my thoughts and feedback as someone who is still playing the game, but not as much anymore. Look, I will not defend Vanguard Zombies as it is right now. But what I can do is not to hate on it, because granted, it gets a ton of hate already. Some will argue that that's a good thing, voicing your opinion and stuff. I also get that, I had to cope myself. The game is not what I would have hoped for, but we can't change that. Who can change it is JrRizzo, and they are slowly making progress. But I don't see any shift in its bad reception anytime soon. Maybe in a year we can look back at a decent amount of content and it will be an enjoyable experience, but until then, we have to wait. But what do you think? Do you still play Vanguard? Or do you play Cold War or BO3? Maybe BO4? Tell me, I'm curious to know. Are you hyped for Season 2 and the Egypt map? Also let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching and until next time.